So, as I enjoy a lovely day outside, I am now reminded of my 14-day detox that I did. So, I did it for 14 days, and during that 14-day time span, I basically felt so good. Now, it was hard because it was all veggies, all raw organic stuff, and all these different things that were so good for the body. And let me tell you, as a business owner for that time span, although yes, I had a fail at day 7 or 8 and I messed up, I will say the victorious moment is that I learned new things from my kids and I. And then, most importantly, I was able to have such a focus with cognitive development, and it just changed everything. So that got me to thinking, I wonder how much more if I were to invest in my proper health, would my cognitive development make me better as a business owner? So we're going to talk about that tonight. My guest who's coming up is absolutely awesome and loves nutrition, loves health, loves everything. So we're going to talk about what we eat and how it affects our ability to do business. Is it going to affect our business in a positive way or a negative way? We'll talk about it tonight. See you soon.
Here at MBA, we try to help you be your best. So join Sharita Collins as we join to make your business a success. I see you starting out your business, you seem kinda lost. So come and visit our page and we'll help you be a boss. We'll guide you and support you with new exciting strategies. Join us at MBA, don't let it be a tragedy. We offer help, we offer class. From now we'll start with a little bright splash. But don't have to stress, just do your best. With us on your side, you'll learn to maximize.
Hello, everyone, and welcome this evening. I am excited about tonight because it's going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to it, ultimately, because at this point in time in my life, like I already shared with y'all a couple of episodes ago about how your girl done put on all this weight as a result of baby, then COVID, and I had to accept my now. Part of what I needed to do was also get my life right and get back on track with my eating and exercising and everything else. So as I put in time with my health, as I get ready to move forward, I realized, like, listen, I got to do this if I'm going to be a better business owner. If I'm going to be a business owner, my cognitive development has to be together and be on point with things. So I wanted to bring this show to you all so that we can understand and know how we're going to do things and how we're going to flow. So I have an amazing guest tonight that I'm looking forward to bringing on as we're going to talk about some health. Right? We're going to talk about the things that we need, some different tools and strategies that you can use to help with your mental function. And if you're like me with kids too, right? How in the world did my kid gain so much weight, right? Just being in here, but also some strategies of how I can maneuver and switch some things around so that he can, lose a little weight, and be healthy at the end of the day. So I want my cognitive function to be together. I want to be able to do things better with my business. And that is what we're going to talk about tonight. So without further ado, people, meet Clayton Crothers.
What's up?
Hello, Clayton. How are you? My man?
I'm feeling really, really, really good. Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this since you asked me to do it. Been taking notes, looking up stuff, refreshing my memory on some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. And your excitement before we even got on here got me excited. So I'm ready to just share as much as we can within the time that we got. So
yes, we're gonna be in here for about 45 minutes to about an hour. So those of you who are on here, like, share, comment. Make sure you invite people to this so that you can understand what you can absolutely put into your body that's going to help you have a better cognitive function and help you do your business better. Like just some simple changes you could probably do and get at the grocery store, at a Whole Food store or something like that. Or you can buy on Amazon, right? Because half of us buying on Amazon anyway. So you can buy on Amazon to help you with your business, your cognitive function development, and overall your family and your health, right? So this is going to be a good one. Again, like, comment, share, tell everybody and their mama all about it because we want to join them on here. And everybody that's joined so far, hey y'all, how are my peoples who's coming on? What's up, Troy? I think Troy's one of your friends, right? Ain't they? Yeah. So thank you, Troy, for joining us tonight. And without further ado, Clayton, first question, sir. Tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from? Things you love to do. I mean, it could be your best childhood memory.
Oh man. Well, first I'm from North Jersey. Grew up in Linden. Went to school. Then I went to school in Daytona Beach at Bethune-Cookman University. Did some years there. Got my business degree, international business. Graduated and moved up here to Philly. But I really love music. Really into music. I play drums professionally. Teach high school science as well. Food is a really, really big part of my life. So of course I cook too. A lot of people know. Well, I'm on here because of Tatted Food Therapist. But those three things bring me a lot of joy. Of course, my family is extremely supportive. Probably you saw knew me since I was literally like born. So it just I have a strong family unit that backs me a lot, and they fill a lot of my memories. Like my family, we would always go on like family road trips to Florida and we still laugh about those stories right now. Look, my mom just popped up too, saying, "Hey, son."
Hi, mom.
Hey, mom. But
there's Dad. Hi, Dad.
Yep, there's Dad too. But yeah, my family supports me so much, and we have a lot of memories laughing growing up, being very competitive with each other in sports. Church is a huge part of my life. That's where I got my start playing drums. My pop pastor out in Central Jersey. I would definitely say music, of course, working out, food, and then spending time with family brings me a lot of joy. So I look forward to those things a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's a good well-roundedness, right? Family, friends, people who you want to connect to. Like, listen, and we count ourselves blessed because not everybody has that, right? Not everybody has family. They don't even have extended family. So we count ourselves blessed just to be able to have that, and that you got your passions and music and stuff like that. So yeah, I know we're talking about food, but I'm gonna have to have you teach my son some drums. So
I got you.
Yes, my 3-year-old, he loves this drumming on everything right now. So gotta get him started early. Get him started early. So
he already started.
He did. Bringing up all my furniture. And I'm pretty sure, Mom, that's what Clayton was doing, right? Probably at 3 years old, banging on your furniture everywhere.
This is funny story. This is a real funny story. We used to go to the shoe store, and my mom, of course, all parents were like, stay close. Don't go too far. I will always find like they used to keep like sticks and shoes to keep the form. And I would find the sticks and be walking around the store banging on stuff. My mom would have to be like, "Hey, give me that. You can't do that. You're gonna damage people's stuff." But, I was always that kid getting detention for tapping on the desk too much and all that stuff. That was me.
Oh yeah, that's my son now. Like the tables tapping. I'm playing the drums. I'm making music. I need you to get on beat, son. I need you to get on beat. So yeah, I'm gonna have to have you do that for him. So that's gonna be great. Yep, she co-signed. Yes, he was.
Yep, she knows. She used to have to catch me up a lot.
Nice. So next question I got for you, Clayton.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, why and how did you start your business? It's a Tatted Food.
Yeah, Tatted Food Therapist is my baby. I started my business for a number of reasons. The first one, I really just love food. I really, really, really enjoy food. Times I'm not even doing Tatted food therapists. You can see me in my kitchen. Friends who usually stop by, especially before this COVID stuff, I
Mm-hmm.
always have food at the house, or was always trying to find or cook something that was plant based, but that they can still enjoy, as
Yeah.
people eat meat or still eat dairy or still consume whatever they usually eat. Um, Second reason, I just really got tired of seeing people be sick all the time. You
Mm.
know, and I think as this conversation unfolds, when people understand and recognize, food is fuel, just like gas is to a car. So if you put the wrong gas into your, your tank, you'll probably be able to ride around for a while. But as you continue to put in the wrong gas, you'll start
Mm.
experiencing problems. It's the same thing with
Mm.
your body.
Yeah.
Um, then the third thing was, you know, I wanted to show people that you can still eat healthy, but still indulge a little bit.
Yeah.
Like tatted food therapists, you still get your empanadas, you still get your fries, you still
Mm-hmm.
get your burgers. All the comforting things that we kind of grew up eating, or things that we think are like kind of quick to get our hands on, and that
Mm-hmm.
is satisfying. You can still have those, and still eat healthy, or still have energy for the day, or to run your business.
Yeah.
Um, and then to be as a creative person, it's another outlet for me. It
Mm-hmm.
is another way for me to make something new from, some basic ingredients that you probably pass in your store almost every other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, combining those things and then seeing the satisfaction on people's faces. Man, there have been countless times where people have been like, "Listen, I'm not vegan, not vegetarian, not even plant based, like," but they trusted me enough to give the food a try, and then
Yeah.
after that, they're like, "Oh wow, this actually isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, or it's actually really good."
Yeah.
Depending on the person. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is all it is. This is all
Yeah.
that's in it." And they're
Yeah.
like, "What? Like, there's got to be something else." And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no. And I think as we change our minds, I wanted to change people's views about food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted people to say, these are tacos, but I don't have to. If I don't want to, have the ground beef or fry everything or add cheese to everything. It's just different way of approaching food and still
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's my yeah.
Awesome. That's a great way of looking at it, right? Just still being able to enjoy food is
Mhm.
just something different, right?
Yeah.
And being able to try it. And of course, I tried your food, sir. So
Hey,
yummy. Yes. I was like, yes, I get some fries with this. Oh, I get a burger with this. Like, let's
yeah.
go. Some little, what was it? Not bacon, but you call them like little,
Oh,
uh,
the banana crisp.
the plantain like banana crisp. Yes, I was like,
Yeah.
yes, let's get it, let's
And the
go.
funny thing,
So,
those are made from burro bananas.
oh really?
Yeah, and like most people, like you probably see the smaller ones in your conventional stores,
Hmm.
like in
Yep.
Whole Foods or ShopRite.
Yep.
But they get to about this big,
Hmm.
and if you cut them before they get really ripe, they still have the consistency of a potato. So,
Oh.
yep, and that's it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, so that was like a whole new, and I'm like, I know it tastes different, but it's like, so if you want like the potato, the fries, but you don't want like the extra heavy carbs, you can
yeah,
have that. So that's a
yeah.
really great alternative. All right, cool. So we're going to keep on talking about that. But I want
Okay.
to know first, where did your name come from? Like the tatted food therapist, I've never heard of anything like that. Before we
Oh,
get into all the details about the herbs and everything and these changes
yeah,
you can make to
yeah.
make changes to your body and your life to get healthier and move forward with your cognitive development, my
Mhm.
cognitive understanding needs to know, where did your name come from?
Yeah. Actually, this well, I love like tattoos and body art. I do have a lot of tattoos. They kind of tell the story of my life and a lot
Mhm.
of reminders. But literally, I was just sitting here and talking with a good friend of mine, sharing food, and I was cooking something and they were eating it. And they were talking about how they couldn't believe what it was, and I was like, "Yo, man, but how do you feel after eating it?" And she was like, "Yo, I actually feel really good." I said, "But how would you usually feel if you would have had it in its traditional form of what you're used to eating? You'd have felt the itis, heavy, things
Mhm.
of that nature." And then from that, though, like you're about to talk about, your way of thinking becomes a little open. And we just
Mhm.
started going on a whole conversation about, this is me. a part of me. I do enjoy tattoos, but then the therapeutic part of what I do, or the therapeutic part of the food is you can eat. I'm not gonna say as much as you want, but yeah, if you have a hefty appetite, you can eat a lot of it, and it's not gonna make you feel sluggish. But then when
Yeah.
we talk about or have a conversation, a lot of times when I sell food on the weekends and people come pick it up, we oftentimes have conversations about the food and how it makes them feel.
Mm-hmm.
One of the blessings that's been happening has been reoccurring customers, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into the topic of, hey, well, I had your tacos last week, but when I get tacos from, and I'm just saying because everyone knows it, like Taco Bell, I feel like I'm ready to take a nap afterward. But after I
Mm-hmm.
had your food, I was ready to tackle the day. I was
Yeah.
ready to go handle my assignments from a business or create some videos or create some content or put together some new schemes. And I actually didn't feel that sluggish feeling. So
Yeah.
to me, that's like another form of therapy. You're sitting there talking about how what you're putting into your body makes you feel, which is exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Those are the questions you should ask. If I eat this, will it serve its purpose for the rest of my day?
Yeah.
If you consume this, how will it make me feel next week?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are things that need to be thought about too. I think we think, if I eat this, I'll feel it tomorrow. But no, sometimes you don't feel the effects of what you ate until maybe 2 weeks.
Mm.
Sometimes it could be as quick as an hour,
Yeah.
but it might not be overnight. But all of that comprised into, yes, I have tattoos. I enjoy talking to people about food and helping them understand how food helps and can hurt them, depending on how you treat it. It's with anything, you need
Yeah.
balance. Because
Yeah.
there's some people who buy my food who are not fully plant-based or vegan or vegetarian at all. And
Yeah.
they're just, your food gives me the proper pickup for my workout.
Yeah.
Let me order my stuff for the week or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're trying something new and they had some food and they're like, hey, I can do this for the next 5 days for breakfast or lunch or for dinner, or they choose one of those meals and they'll substitute what they would usually eat
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
what they bought from me. But I like that too. Like, it is therapy because you learn your process.
Yeah.
You
Completely.
learn what your body responds to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not going to respond to a plant-based diet the way someone who grew up raising their own, let's say, chickens, pigs, or whatever. They
Mm-hmm.
might be okay, And
Yeah.
then some people, they find out through eating better or changing up their eating habits. Hey, I actually don't like what I was eating before. It was just like, mental. Like cravings
Yeah.
are real. I still have cravings.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Especially
I
late night.
still have them. Like people, listen, people, cravings are not just because you get pregnant. Like, no, they are
No.
not. You have cravings for certain foods and you just want them. You just absolutely want them. So to know that you can put certain things in your body and your gut and know that it's going to be helpful, that is absolutely amazing. But before I go and ask you my next couple of questions, there were some questions and comments that came up and I wanted to make sure we answered them before I got to it. So Melissa here put, where are you located?
Okay. I'm out in Philadelphia right now. Out in Lansdowne, a greater part of Philadelphia. I'm in the process of talking about trying to move some things up to North Jersey too, where I can operate between both locations for a while. But right now, I work out of the kitchen, prepare some meals, meal prep as well, working out of the kitchen, and then people come and pick it up. And then twice a month, I will do regular restaurant, like food service, where I will open it up and be open from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Providing people with different foods that they enjoy. I have some staples on the menu, but because I am creative, I do enjoy changing at least one or two or three things on there to give you something new, open up your eyes. But
get a good variety. Good variety. I'm looking forward to that oyster steak. I gotta have it. Listen,
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Oyster mushrooms. I love oyster mushrooms. Like they are so good. And chop it up with some onions.
Oh yeah, have you tried trumpet oyster mushrooms?
I have not tried that. See, now you're about to expose me to some more things that I need to try for my life. That's going to give me like
if you enjoy steak or you enjoy that texture, trumpet oyster mushrooms, if you treat them right, like even if you marinate them or if
Yeah,
you cook them a
man.
certain way, like if you literally just chop them up, season them up, and cook them right away, they still retain that texture as if they're still seafood, depending on how you season it.
Yeah,
Chicken, depending on how you season or how you like your chicken seasoned, even steak.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, but that's actually one of my favorites. You would enjoy that with some
Listen, we're
mushrooms and
gonna have to
onions.
do that.
Oh
We're
yes,
gonna have
oh,
to.
oh yes.
Yes. So can you share the address information in the chat so we can do that or get that situated as far as like where they want to pick up orders and
Yeah,
delivery, all those good things, right? And I think
yeah.
Quanda, you had another question. You said you need to try, or maybe it was a comment. Was it I'm looking to do the whole 30 and would love to have a place to go and get healthy foods. So with that
Mm,
being said, too, like where are some places that she can go that's not extra expensive? Like we always think of Whole Foods, right? Whole
mm.
Foods is expensive when you think about how much money you have to spend and
Yeah.
consume and all this food you're going to consume. And if you're like me, I do have a healthy appetite. I am not ashamed. I like to eat
Oh,
my
that's
food,
not me
right?
too. Shoot,
So
don't let the little thing fool you.
listen, so with that, how and where would a person go and shop to find some of these items? And I know you have a few with you. Are you able to kind of like show us about that? Show us that.
Oh, yeah. I tell people all the time, especially around this season up here, trust your farmers market.
Uh-huh.
Definitely trust your farmers market because you'll find a lot of seasonal, more nutritious fruit and vegetables there, and
Mm,
even some of your you know, meat like your chickens, your fish, or even your what do you call it, pigs or anything. Because a lot of those farms they'll raise them themselves, and they'll
mm,
treat them a lot better than you would a Whole Foods or a ShopRite or a
yeah.
fresh grocer or anything like that. I know one particular farmers market. Well, there are a few. In Philly, you have Clark Park, Lansdowne.
Yeah, I've been
Uh,
to Clark Farmers Market. It's pretty good.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. Westchester is a pretty big one.
Hmm.
But then you have some local farms around the area too. Like one of them is Farmer John. They're up in near the Mount Airy area. I think that's North Philly.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, trust your farmers markets. If you can't trust your farmers markets, find something similar to like a produce stand, like a produce junction out here. They have a lot of like ginger root was one of the things I was going to show you. But this is really good for like your early morning pickup. If you like,
mm,
hey, I kind of having a tough time getting out of bed. Somehow, some way, make it to the kitchen, get to your fridge. Either put this in a tea, you could grate it and put it in a tea, or you can rip it off and literally just like kind of like treat it like gum,
hmm.
and it'll help pick up your energy, throughout the day. But definitely your farmers markets for sure. Stick to the produce section. You can find a lot of things in the produce section that you probably
Yeah.
skip over. And then I would probably say if you have a local farm that you could drive to or trust,
Mm,
I would do that too. And if not, even inside of a lot of grocery stores, they have options where you can either buy organic or conventionally grown stuff, or
hmm.
they'll tell you where they get their locally sourced ingredients from.
Yeah.
And I say trust those places because at the most, it's probably been away from its original source for maybe a week.
Yeah.
Whereas huge chains, sometimes things can take 2 weeks to even get to the store, depending on where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And the longer it's away from its original source, it's just like a baby. The longer the baby's away from its mom, it has to find another source of food or energy, but it loses its nutritional value. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with food. If I pick an apple from the tree, it doesn't get any better than that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus going to a store and hoping that apple's been, on the shelf at a decent amount of time where it still holds its nutritional value. I think those things are
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So usually
No,
your
that's
farmers
good.
markets, trust them.
That's good. No, that's definitely good. And then I know too, one of the experiences that I've had, because sometimes I forget the farmers market schedules, like when they come around in different areas. So I found shopping at Aldi's worked good for me. So I don't know if you have an opinion on Aldi's, but I would like Aldi's because
They're going again too.
yeah, they have a lot of organic stuff that's there. So I was really excited about it, even down to like purchasing ground turkey, which was good because I had went to one place before and got ground turkey and was like, ugh. I remember cooking it up and then, did little burgers and was like, this tastes a little different. Let me go to Aldi's. Got Aldi's. Was like, okay, I like the way this tastes. It tastes lighter. It felt different. The meat is just different, even at Aldi's, right? So those of us who do eat meat, I like Aldi's. And then when I did my detox, right, my 14-day detox, I ended up going to Aldi's too and got all these produce, right?
Yep.
It's got everything, got everything that I needed, like everything for the detox. Only thing that I didn't get was like beets because they didn't have it. So it was like a long menu. But some stuff they didn't have at least the Aldi's on City Line Avenue here in Philly. But I do find that Aldi's is really good. And my budget was really low, right? So I didn't have to spend so much money compared to shopping at ShopRite, for example. I feel like coming out of there, I'm spending like a lot of money compared to Aldi's. I was able to keep a low budget and keep it pretty good and straight for those like I gotta get quick type of things. So I'll say Aldi's is pretty good. I don't know if you have any thought on Aldi's again.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you said that. Aldi's is right down the street from me. It's one of the places I go to frequently. I don't know. You reminded me. So yeah, you helping me out.
Yeah. No. Oh, good. Listen. And someone mentioned what was Aldi's is the subsidiary of Whole Foods or something like that, or Whole Foods. I think someone mentioned that in the comment.
I can believe it because the change, they just started doing the whole like going strictly organic and local probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So that's good. Yep. So awesome. Thank you, Quanda. Really good question, girl. That was a good one right there. And I think you mentioned something earlier about how you went and got to Villa. What was it? Lynn Villa or something like that.
Villa Orchards. Yeah.
Yes. That is I like that place. I haven't really gone to do apples and peaches yet, but my mother-in-law did and got some apples and got some peaches from there. And she had brought them back one time. Oh my goodness. I was like, can I go with you next time? And completely forgot. But it was so good. It was so good, the peaches that she brought back. And then she had the nerve to keep more for herself than for us.
Of course. Now, you knew you wasn't getting all of that. Come on now. As good as it tasted. You knew what you were doing.
I know. After she did all the picking, I'm up here trying to take it all. I know, Sharita. Don't do that.
That's all good. You knew what you was getting. That's what it was.
I don't think I knew what I was getting until she gave it to me. And then I was like, I want more. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize how good it was. So
I think that's important too, though. Trust your taste buds. Like you said with that burger, it tasted different. I think a lot of times we kind of dismiss what our bodies are telling us. That even goes for our everyday health. Like asking important questions like, why is my energy low today? What did I do the day before? Or what did I eat? Or what time did I go to bed? Did I eat before I went to bed? Which is I'm pretty guilty of that. I'm still working on it. But asking those questions to assess your body too also leads to you understanding what you're putting in, why you're putting it in, when you're putting it in, how much, and being able to listen and feel. But those will take time though too. So
yeah, that's so true. Because my husband and I went without sweets for a while, right? So we had kind of like detoxified ourselves, I guess, of all the sweets and things like that. And started eating more natural sweets. So I'll say we would have like the bananas, we would do fruit still, but we went away from doing like the sugar, giving up the coffee and things like that. So then when we finally put it back in, it was like everything was just so sweet. I was like, what did my body do? So you're right, how your body shifts with that. And then I did find out coming off of the sugar, it helped my cognitive development too. So with that being said, let's talk about some of the cognitive development that happens with certain foods that we definitely eat, positively, negatively. I know you said there was a ginger root or something like that helps pick us up in the morning or something like that with energy. But let's, again, talk about more of the cognitive development with the foods.
First, I'm going to just say usually I'll start with waking up in the morning because obviously that's one of the first things we do to start our day. But waking up in the morning is very crucial and key. How you treat your body those first few hours.
Mm,
Because the first thing is, as you wake up, your body is pretty much just like a computer. It's starting up again.
mm,
So like, okay, we went to sleep, got some rest, did some healing, did some repairing, but we're not done yet. So a lot of people make the mistake of, eating something very healthy, I mean, eating something very heavy,
mm,
or the first thing they do is they go to coffee. You
mm,
know, if you would like for your thought process to be very sharp for the remainder of the day, how you start is key. The first thing
mm,
you should know when you first wake up is water, and
no,
that's because as your body healed as you were sleeping, it needs to get that stuff out.
mm,
So water, any kind of fruit, and that doesn't mean like that has to be your sole breakfast, but if you
yeah.
start that, it helps your body do
Mm.
what it was already doing the night before. Um,
Would that be water, like warm water, cold water, lemon water? Like, is it just, or just water in general? Is there a specific type of water?
um, for maximum results, definitely warm water.
Mm-hmm.
That ginger root, I would put the ginger root in the warm water, and with some key lime, I squeeze some key lime juice in it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best pick me ups you could ever have. Especially if you're trying to get off of coffee.
Yeah.
Uh, Warm water in the morning with key lime ginger root will definitely get your body going and will help like finish the detox process. Because overnight, that's what your body is doing, is getting rid of or trying to clean up whatever happened the day before or the night before.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I think people remember, like, your body's sole purpose is to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
So if the body wants you to stay alive, you do the things to assist it.
Yeah.
So if I do that in the morning, now my body's awake, and whatever energy that I have that's fresh is kind of ready to use it.
Yeah.
But as you use up the energy throughout the day, you have to replenish it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you eat.
Yeah.
So I know another thing that I take in the morning too, or anytime I'm like even just feeling stressed, is this stuff. There we go. Ashwagandha.
Mm-hmm.
Very good herb for managing stress, um, ability to think, clearing up your thought process. Because that's the other thing too. The more you eat, your body has to use that energy to break down the food so it can use it.
Yeah.
So even though I eat, let's just say, I eat a chicken sandwich, okay, our bodies recognize things on a molecular level,
Mm-hmm.
sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that chicken sandwich was in its original form, we break it down by chewing, goes down or whatever, then it gets broken down even more.
Mm-hmm.
The body has to have energy to do that. That's why when most people go on a detox or they go on a cleanse, after the first week, they feel this big rush of energy. And they're like, whoa, like what
Mm-hmm.
happened? I never knew my body was capable of this.
Yep.
Body's letting you know we've been here all along. We just want you to put the right stuff in us. And I'm not saying it has to be every single day, but the more you do it, the better the outcome is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing to start my morning or to start my day, to get my mind thinking, is sarsaparilla.
Mm-hmm.
Very good herb for cleansing and purifying the blood, which is your highway system in your body.
Yeah.
It's just like driving home during what do you call it? Rush hour.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a slight hiccup where a car has to stop for too long, it backs up all the other cars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just your body. You could take the herbs all day long, but if you're eating donuts every single day or chips every day,
Donuts and
it's the
chips.
purpose. And
That's the American meal. Donuts and chips with fries. Like, that's the American meal.
Listen, look, Americans, if you fry anything, we love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are things that like we're just used to, because that's one of our main things in this country is being successful. And a lot of us think that, if we stop for too long or we rest for too long, oh shoot, I'm missing my chance for success.
Yeah.
But we forget, like, this is how you achieve that. You need this.
Yeah.
To achieve that
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey Clayton, before we move forward, can you do me a favor? Because your mom, Miss Antoinette, asked the question. The name of the blue bottle. Is your phone open? Can you message that or somewhere? Oh, sorry.
I can hold it up, or I can put it in the chat too in a little bit.
All right,
Because
yeah. Okay. Maybe we
sorry,
can get it. Let me type it up, and I can put it in the chat. Was it
got you.
SARSAPARILLA. All right, that was one. And what's the other one? I think the other one was the blue bottle or something like that, right?
Was it this one, Ashwagandha?
Oh, yeah, that one. There, that one. Sorry, that's green. Sorry for that.
It's all good. I moved it quick.
SHWAGAND. Was that HA?
Yep.
A. All right.
Yep.
So put it in there. So if people want to get it, or maybe we can see where that is on Amazon or something. Maybe they sell it there. But we typed it in the chat with the first one. We'll give y'all some time to look at it. Y'all can write it down. And then the other one too. So the one is for the cleansing of your blood, and the other one is for to helping you detox your body as you go in the morning.
It helps you manage like stress.
Okay.
Keeps you calm, keeps you level-headed, and it really does allow for like a clearer pathway of thinking.
Yeah.
So I like that. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. To start my mornings too, I love tea. I'm a huge tea person. But I usually start my morning with some dandelion leaf and or root tea.
Hold it up there. I'm gonna type it in.
Okay.
All right.
But this is another one. I think we understand the importance of the blood too. I think we treat our bodies a lot better because your blood is it transports everything around you.
Yeah.
So even at this the coffee or tea that you drink, the reason why it's able to hit you either quick or not as fast is because of how clean your highway is inside of your body, which is your blood and your veins and arteries. But that stuff, it gives you a nice boost as well, nice boost.
Yeah.
Now you might want to put a little either agave or maple syrup in it because it can be a little bitter.
A little bitter. Forgot about that.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not the sugar, the agave.
Yeah. Yeah, because sugar will make you crash later. Like the refined sugar, because what it does is just like other fuel, your body burns it up real quick because it doesn't have to do much, or it has to do a lot to break it down. But once it does that, it's used up all that energy. So now you're ready to sleep.
Yeah.
Now you're ready to relax because the body don't work so hard.
That's very true. That's very, very true. You're making a lot of sense.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
All right. So what else you got for us as far as to help pick us up? So we talked about morning, right? With about afternoon for lunch, or what about something else, right? Someone else. Let's stick on this one. Honey. Okay. And what about stevia?
You can use stevia if you would like. I'm gonna be honest. Me personally, I just don't. I don't like the aftertaste of stevia. So
no, I don't either. It gives me a headache. I tried stevia. I tried the liquid form, and then I also tried like the little powdered form. Stevia gives me a headache, but I was like, it's almost like equivalent to the equals and all that stuff for me that I've tried before. So I don't use stevia personally.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like on the fence with stevia, but if it works for you, use it.
Yeah.
But my go-tos are maple syrup, agave, and most times, to be honest, dates are a huge sweetener for me too. So in the middle of the day.
What about dates? I love dates. And
if you can find date syrup.
Aldi's has organic dates with like the little pits in them. Oh my goodness. I had cut them up one time and put them in a salad because I wanted something a little sweet in my salad versus raisins or cranberries or something. Those dates were so good, and they had like I don't know what it was, maybe because it was organic, those dates were so good. And then one time I stirred it up, like I tried to like ground it up so I could put it like a little jelly on some stuff. It was so good. Oh my goodness. Just a little bit of dates with some water in it, blended it up, got a little spread. Oh my goodness. I said, this is so good. So
You're creating already.
it was so good. I was like, I like this. I think I'm eating too much. How many calories is in this? Oh, wait, I'm about to do more than that because I like these dates right now.
These are the one thing, like, I know a lot of people talk about, and I'm gonna just touch on it real quick, like having too much fruit sugar.
Yeah.
Now, I will say if you have an underlying condition such as like being diabetic, I would say consult your doctor first, of course.
Completely.
But I'm the kind of person where I'm like, it's fruit. It's readily available sugar for your body to use. You really don't have to worry about overdoing it unless you sitting there, rubbing you got a pot belly from eating fruit, which usually doesn't happen because you feel some satisfaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have to,
watermelon.
I got watermelon in the fridge right now.
Oh my goodness. What?
A week. Yeah.
Chops. About to get some. Where's the drop-off location?
Come on through. I got more than enough. More than enough. Yes. But those I would say like so as your day continues, I also take I use maca as well.
Mm-hmm.
And maca is really good for like picking up your energy but also sustaining it too. So
maca.
And if you can, I don't know if this one, I don't think this one is, try to get Peruvian maca. That's the best maca you can get.
Peruvian maca? Okay.
Yes.
Peruvian
maca is the best maca you can get, though.
Okay.
But that's good for like keeping your energy, maintaining it. Dates are very good for keeping and maintaining your energy throughout the day. I usually clear about 3 or 4 boxes a week. So, I'm trying to think what else. So another. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was laughing at one of the comments.
Oh, okay.
No, Cindy put a comment up, and I was laughing at it. And Elijah, he's actually a tea guy.
Oh yeah. I'm a tea guy. I'm not real big on the coffee, but when I did drink coffee, I took my coffee black. And if you are like a habitual coffee drinker, you want to speed up your metabolism and stuff, put cinnamon in your coffee. Put cinnamon in your coffee. It will now. If you're not used to drinking coffee all the time, I think you coffee drinkers know what I mean. Don't put cinnamon in your coffee and be out all day. Okay? you might be a little upset, all right? But yeah, cinnamon in your coffee boosts your metabolism a lot, and it works. And of course, it'll keep your energy a little longer than just having regular coffee with your sugar and your cream, because that cinnamon helps make your body work a little faster. It warms it up some too. So people who are habitually cold, the sarsaparilla and the cinnamon will do wonders and the dandelion leaf will do wonders in, warming your body up if you're anemic or things like that. But then also to recognize these things don't just happen overnight. And sometimes it take a few months to work based on how you treated your body before. So have some patience too. And if you don't know, if you don't know, either try to find a naturopath doctor or, read up on the herbs. Read up on them and see what they all do. And some you can combine, and then others, if you combine them, they might cancel each other out, but you have to read for those things too, just to know what you're putting inside of you. So you do feel a little off one day. You're like, oh, okay, I took this the other day. That's a little different from what I would usually do.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the drawing board and try something different.
Yeah. And I think that's good too, just understanding how to be patient with your body because of what you did to it previously, right? So me learning that meat takes 3 days to digest in your system. So even when I learned that on the 14-day detox, the meat that I had eaten, I had to learn how it had to digest itself, right? So or detoxify itself out of my body. And it took 3 days to do that. But now moving forward and stuff like that, it's okay, I had to be patient with myself, my body beforehand, and then knowing how I'm going to help produce certain things later. And that as I do that, it's going to help me moving forward. Doing what I need to do for my body.
Like I really think that like we should be at a point where, especially now with information kind of at our fingertips,
Mhm.
not saying you should be a doctor, but you should be able to say, okay, I have a headache. I have some things here that'll either help me get over it, or I know my body usually isn't like this.
Mhm.
What do I need to do to get it back to where it was before, or what changed, or what did I do a little different and I have to do now to bring it back?
Yeah.
Because like, sometimes when you take certain things too, they have a longer negative effect
Yeah.
because you don't know exactly what is all inside of that, you
Mhm.
know. And although like sometimes with these herbs and stuff like that, I usually like to get them loose, like um, this, only because this is really good for a tea as well, burdock root, because you
Burdock.
know what you're getting. Yeah,
Yeah.
burdock.
Yeah.
Burdock root is really good for if you're detoxing. This
Mhm.
is a thing you should definitely have on hand.
Okay.
If you are detoxing, have this with either ginger root, um, yellow dock. They really help with detoxification tremendously.
Oh, nice. Organic. Oh, sorry. I'm typing it in. I think
Oh,
I
it's all
spelled
good.
stuff wrong.
I'm patient.
I put rook instead of root. See, it's like I type and look at the same time. I was working at
Look,
it.
we've been working all day, so I get it. Trust me.
Right? Oh, see, look, my back person, DJ, you on point. I'm just
He
saying.
got it. He
Before
got
I
you.
did
He
it, right?
got
You
you.
got me. Listen. So I know there were some other questions people had on here. And I want to, because I know we're running short on time too. So I want to answer those questions like, what about green tea? And I know someone else had some other questions coming in as well. Any food recommendations for breakfast that are not heavy? And there could have been another question that was up. But before we answer those two questions, keep in mind, because I did want you to answer some foods and things to kind of take into consideration for those who are dealing with some heavy issues, right? Those who have diabetes, those who have cancer, those who are dealing with migraines, certain headaches, and things like that, right? Some things that they can do to begin to help them, because of course, those things will affect their business in the long run, right? So we kind of want to talk about that. And if we do have some time left, then we can mention some things for kids. Other than that, we will have to do something else with kids. Maybe have you on here another time where we can talk about how we can
Hey,
help
look,
our
I'm
children
coming back.
and health wise and stuff like that. So yeah, so you
No,
can answer those questions first, but keep in
yes.
mind the other ones, right? So it was the green tea and breakfast recommendations.
Okay. Green tea is good. Green tea is good if you're weaning yourself off of coffee too, because it still supplies some of that jolt or the caffeine that the
Mm.
body will be craving. One green tea that I enjoy a lot is a gunpowder tea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, it's a little bitter, but definitely it's good for pick up in the morning, and it's really good for helping you finish what your body started the night before.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, gunpowder tea. So green tea is still good, still a very good option to have on hand.
Nice.
As far as breakfast is concerned, I'll tell you what I do, and then I will give you a few other recommendations as well. I usually start my day off
Thank you, DJ.
with a tea of some sort,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll usually will have a melon, whether it be watermelon, cantaloupe, papaya. And the reason I point out melons specifically is because melons have a high water content. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the first 3 to 5 hours that you wake up, your body is still detoxing.
Yeah.
So if you the tea and the melon, it gives you it will satisfy you eventually, because I know we're still used to having our traditional breakfast stuff, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it is good to like at least assist the body. So if you're still having your your eggs, your toast, or your pancakes and stuff, have the watermelon or the fruit, any kind of fruit, before you
Yeah.
eat that.
Yeah.
Because if anything, it'll help your body digest the food you're about to eat, and it'll still give you that energy to push through your day until you need lunch or whatever the case is.
Nice.
So have some fruit in the morning. If you can't get fruit, or if you want something a little heavier, I would recommend definitely either oatmeal, steel cut oats are very good. There's a grain called fonio that cooks up like grits, and hopefully you people put salt and pepper on your grits and not
Hey,
sugar.
listen now. Listen. We're not going to talk about this debate now. Okay?
Listen,
I don't care what you say. I am a
when
sugar
I was in school in Florida,
on my grits.
how? I feel like grits should always be savory. I just always feel that way, but that's my personal opinion.
Even when they're next to my eggs, I got that like sugary, sweet, salt taste.
Oh, you like that combination?
Listen, I grew up on it as a little kid, so that's how.
Oh, are you from up here?
Yeah, from Philly. I'm from Philly, but my family's from down south in Baltimore. Yep, all my family, they grew up with it. All like, listen.
Okay. So you Southern in your blood. Your blood is Southern, so we give you that one.
It's Southern. It is. It's all in it. Whole family. Don't. We ain't gonna start this debate. We're gonna leave this alone right now, okay?
We'll do the next video.
We're gonna leave it alone. And anybody out there who don't like sugar in your grits, you leave me alone, okay? You leave me alone.
We'll let you live tonight. But also finding I've also found for breakfast too, you can make your cereals out of the various seeds or nuts that you have. So for a while, because I used to love cereal, like boxes of cereal. I could do cereal all day long. But I found that when I combine hemp, chia, and flax seeds with probably like some chopped up walnuts or probably some whatever chopped up nuts that you have, it'll also sustain you and get you ready for your day too. Because a lot of those seeds provide a lot of the amino acids for cognitive brain function. So if you like, hey, let me wake up, let me get a pick me up. You drink your water, you drink the tea, then you have your cereal, progress that way.
Yeah.
And even for those of you who still like your pancakes, they have spelt flour now. They have amaranth flour. There are various flours that are actually very good for the body that aren't too heavy for you. You can still make your pancakes. You can still make your French toast out of like sourdough bread and using chia seeds instead of eggs. Like it's a lot of different combinations, or a lot of people do smoothie bowls.
Yeah.
So they'll blend up some fruit, but they won't put as much liquid in it.
Yeah.
They'll scoop it out or freeze it. Or another thing that's really good is chia seed pudding. You can make that the night before. Literally whatever your favorite milk is, whether it be coconut milk, hemp milk, walnut milk, almond milk, or regular milk.
Yeah.
You pour that into your chia seeds. Let's say if you do a half a cup of chia seeds, you probably will want to add about maybe a cup of liquid. And what it will do, it'll expand overnight. And you can literally eat it like you would eat oatmeal. If you want to warm it up, you can do that. If you want to eat it cold, you can do that too.
Yeah.
I got recipes for days for breakfast. So
I know, right? So we're gonna have to have you share some of those with us. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I'm putting them all on the page too. So they all on the IG page too.
Nice. So what we want to do while you get ready to answer those other questions I asked you about, right? For those who are dealing with some underlying issues, cancer, stomach issues, headaches, all those different things. While you get ready to prepare to answer that, we're going to show up your Instagram for those of you who want to follow him, get some of those recipes, all those different things, right? We're going to show his Instagram, which is the Tatted Food Therapist, right? So you can follow him there. And then, of course, you'll see he's here. And that's what a healthy body looks like, right? Healthy. All right. And so you see that these are some of the meals that he makes, right? If we keep scrolling down, you'll see more of the foods that he has to offer as part of his menu. All those different things that are there. Some of the other big pans, veggie lasagna, that burger right there, you see? I had that burger. I had that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the Tatted burger right there.
That Tatted burger. So there's a lot of different options that are here. Whole, healthy type of foods, and then yeah. So follow him on Instagram. He's still working and building up some other things and other resources. I think he's working on the website, so you'll eventually be able to probably join the email list or something like that too, where you'll be
Oh
able
yeah.
to connect with him. But yeah, we're close to the top of the hour, but I definitely want you to answer, the different things on cancer and stomach
Yeah.
issues, headaches, all those things that would
Mhm.
definitely help.
The first thing I will say, and I say this to everyone that offer advice to, definitely consult whoever your physician is or whoever you trust in the medical field. Um, and as you gain knowledge, of course, go your own way.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who are suffering from a lot of chronic illnesses, whether it be asthma, um, cancer, diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
um, the first thing that I would suggest, the first thing I would suggest is try to change your intake on dairy and your intake on meat. The
Okay.
main reason I suggest that is because those things require the most energy for your body to break down.
Mm-hmm.
They also stay in your body a little longer than other foods, which impedes your body's progress for healing.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
Especially like you said, for me, anything that sits in your body for a certain amount of time, your body has to process it so it can get it out or so it can use it.
Yeah.
Um, Ginger root, I'll start with the headaches, but that's a little bit more. But ginger root, any headaches or any stomach problems, ginger root is a very, very, very good thing to have. Like I said, I watched this, so it's cool. But you could literally just chew on a piece for a few hours. And when I teach, my kids are like, yo, there go Mr. Carruthers with the ginger root or whatever the case is. They always crack a joke with me, but ginger root is very good for any headaches and any nausea that you may have, as well as mint. If you have mint tea,
Yeah.
definitely keep that on hand for if you're feeling nauseous or if you're feeling bloated, feeling gassy. Um, People who are suffering from cancer. Um, I read a book that I will recommend to you called Super Immunity. That book actually changed my life and put me on this path about 8 years ago.
Mm.
Um, the person was a doctor. It's written by a doctor, and he gives real life cases of people who had cancer that he treated, and they were healed or on the pathway to healing, or their cancer was in remission.
Mm-hmm.
Number one thing that he made them do is increase their intake of greens, leafy greens,
Mm-hmm.
romaine lettuce for people who don't like the bitter greens, and you need more water. Romaine lettuce is very good. Kale, of course, everybody enjoys kale. Dandelion greens are an excellent detoxifier. Excellent
Dandelion greens. Oh, that's good.
dandelion
Okay.
greens. Believe it or not, collard greens are amazing for getting rid of anything in about and I got a whole thing of collard greens in the fridge that I just cooked up yesterday and I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow. But
Yeah.
any leafy greens in their uncooked form, so like in a salad,
Mm-hmm.
would be good to have as much as possible. So if you can eat that all day long, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also for those of us that are or people who are suffering with diabetes,
Yeah.
um, your body's ability to break down or use insulin is compromised.
Yeah.
So what happens is, let's say if you eat something sweet, your body doesn't know if it's too much or if it's too little, doesn't know where to put the stuff.
Mm.
Um, you have to flush out. The greens will help.
Yeah.
And anything that has or that is what they say low in glycemic, meaning your body can recognize it quickly, it can use it when it needs it.
Yeah. Completely.
Those are very good. I don't know the process per se of like how to get rid of that. I do know that when it comes to diabetes, I've heard that sugar snap peas
Mm-hmm.
raw help your body fix or adjust to use or not use insulin as well.
Mm.
But
Okay.
for a lot of those ailments, fasting is very good. But fasting is a process. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, hey, start fasting tomorrow, don't eat anything, just drink water. It
Yeah.
doesn't work. No.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that, do it.
Yeah.
But I know me personally, it would work for me and stuck and allow me to build these habits. I would start minimizing the meals I ate. Then I
Mm-hmm.
would start eliminating a meal a day. And
Mm.
then after that, I would let's say by the second week, I can say, okay, I'll fast for the next 10 hours, nothing, or just water or just juice.
Yeah.
Then the week after that, I can say, okay, well, I could fast for a day.
Mm-hmm.
See how you feel after that. Because what happens is a lot of people be like, oh, okay, I want to fast. They'll pig out the night before or eat whatever they feel like they'll miss on the fast.
It's the worst thing ever to do that.
No, because like you said, your body has to get rid of that stuff so that it can do the major healing that you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
And even on a fast, like you have to be guided and directed in that, because you can say, all right, well, I'm ready and I'm drinking water, and then
Yeah.
you get dizzy. And you're like, well, why am I dizzy?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you moved a little too fast and you might have to eat something just to keep your body or give your body the energy it needs to repair whatever's inside.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like, doctors could cut you open. We could do scans and tests and things of that nature, but you ultimately know when you've gone over that hump of feeling good or when you need to go back and do some extra repairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with fasting, take your time, be forgiving, listen to your body.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
listen to your body.
Yeah.
And like I tell people all the time too, before you start fasting to fix on the journey to fixing those ailments, do a cleanse first. Because what happens is as you're fasting, your body's going to eat whatever is inside of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you had a whole loaf of sourdough the day before, you're going to feel dizzy the next day if you fast, because your body's going to try to break down that food.
Yeah.
But it's going to do it so quick because you eat nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whatever that loaf of bread is made of is now comprising of your body, and it is now using it to get you through the day.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, and then a lot of times on fasting too, you want to chill. Like, you don't want to be running a million different places. If you still got to work, I was, still work to your capacity. And a lot of people do now the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And that works for a lot of folks. So they'll not eat for a certain amount of time, and then when they do eat, it's probably within like a 3 or 4, some people an 8-hour span, depending on how you fast.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, that's good. Thank you so much, Clayton. That was absolutely amazing. We're definitely going to get you back on here because I'm like, wait a minute, we're at the top, top of the hour. And it was good info because people just need to know this stuff, right? People need to just understand. Awesome. Rob just ordered his super immunity auto book, right? Audio book. Like, it's just going to be good. And so I'm glad that you were able to come on here, drop some knowledge about some things that we already like, but that we could increase. And just like our greens and stuff like that, the ginger root, all these things to kind of get rid of these things that we are dealing with within our everyday life and self, that's going to help increase us within our business. So I am so grateful, Clayton. Thank you so much. Remember, y'all can follow him on his Instagram page at the Tatted Food Therapist, right? He does meal preps. He does, food orders. You can go pick them up, restaurant type style things or whatnot. So definitely tap into, see what's really happening, what's going on with Clayton, how he can continue to help and support you as a Tatted Food Therapist, right? And again, his food's all here again. Not saying you gotta be vegan, but that these are good things that help your body, help you move forward, everything else. And we see the healthy body right there. So that is his Tatted Food Therapist is what it looks like, right? And then everything else. So it's good. Thank y'all all so much for joining us on the show this evening. All right. I want to respect y'all hour, y'all time here. Thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week. And again, Clayton, we're going to have you on again another time where we can talk about some health, some food, how we can do things with our bodies.